Do's and don'ts for round ligament pain during pregnancy. So let's start with the don'ts. So number one is we need to avoid continuing that drawing our belly to spine. I know so many times we've been taught that in the past, but especially now that you're pregnant, you really need to make sure we're not trying to activate our abdominal muscles by drawing our abs in, because that can exacerbate round ligament pain, and it also can put pressure on our pelvic floor. Okay, the second one is we also need to stop overstretching our hips. I know so many times, and especially with round ligament pain, it's really easy to think we just need to stretch, 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 and that's gonna help. That actually can make it worse, okay? So we need to stop doing those two things. Now, for the do's, these are really, really, really important. And number one is the most important out of everything that I'm gonna tell you today, and that is you need to learn how to properly strengthen your deep core. So I wanna teach you a little bit right here. And this is what I find time and time again with my students inside my Knocked Up Fitness prenatal membership, is when we learn how to properly strengthen our core, so many of our aches and pains go away, and round ligament pain is one of them, okay? Because what happens, right, is as your uterus is getting bigger, posture is shifting, that round ligament is the one that connects from the uterus and it goes down into the hip, so everything's getting stretched and pulled on. And if we don't have the right core support from underneath our belly, underneath the base of our pelvis, drawing upward a little bit, then that round ligament just constantly is stressed and getting pulled on, okay? So that's why it's so cool when we actually learn how to strengthen our deep core from the base of our pelvic floor upward. Okay, so one thing I want you to think about when we're talking about core, remember how I said we need to absolutely avoid drawing our belly to our spine, right? Because not only does it put pressure on our pelvic floor, we're not properly activating our core, it shuts off the right connections. It can also add to back pain and continuing, not good postural shifts during pregnancy as well. So when we think of our deep core, ladies, we want to think of the base of our pelvis, which is our pelvic floor. I like to explain it to my students as it's like a diamond shape. So if we can visualize the base of our pelvis as a diamond, the pelvic floor, so we have the musculature of our pelvic floor, we also have all this incredible fascia through our entire body, but especially through our core. And this is what I love teaching, especially my pregnant mamas, is how to be more fascially strong. It's like a superpower that you have during pregnancy, that we can become so much more fascially strong more quickly because of hormone changes during pregnancy. So when we think of the base of our pelvic floor, that diamond shape, right, we want to visualize as though we're lightly drawing those 4 points together and gently drawing up underneath our belly all the way to the top of our head, watching that we don't pull in our low back. Like, we're gonna kick in the deep muscles along our spine a little bit for stability, right? But we want to think of it coming up underneath our belly. So it's, again, we're not drawing our belly in. Now, our belly might come in a little bit, but it's actually initiating from underneath the belly. So it's a whole new way of thinking about strengthening our deep core, but we learn how to do that properly, and I teach you deeply how to do all of that inside my prenatal membership, as well as through the coaching that we offer in there. It's really, really cool and powerful, and I love getting to see all of our prenatal mamas get rid of round ligament pain, because I know it's not fun. I had it with my first pregnancy. I had 3 amazing babies and 3 very different pregnancies, and I remember with my first, I had round ligament pain, and I finally figured out this whole new methodology and the techniques for teaching how to properly activate your deep core, which can get rid of round ligament pain, so you can get back to moving more easily during your pregnancy. Okay, the second thing to really be aware of and do more of is just to have better posture throughout your day. And that really goes hand in hand with what I just was talking about with having and learning how to have a better, proper, deep core connection, right? So when we think about sitting throughout our day, standing, or if you've got a little one at home, you're wrangling a toddler all the time, right? It's easy to be looking down a lot. So the more that we can think about being tall through our body, not overusing our low back to help support us, right? But using that deep core to help give us the support that our body needs, that our growing belly needs, and all of that, we can just feel so much more confident, so much more empowered, say goodbye to those aches and pains, and really, really enjoy our pregnancy so much. And a side bonus of learning how to properly strengthen your deep core and everything else I teach you throughout my prenatal membership is that it's helping to prepare you for the rest of your pregnancy, helping to prepare you for birth, as well as postpartum recovery. So for more information, ladies, you can go to my website, knockedupfitness.com. Thanks for tuning in today.